Welcome to your favorite travel show, that is Tourismus Namibia. In this edition, of course, under topics, we discuss a revised policy document that excludes several national parks in Erongo and Kunene from mining activities, unexplained giraffe mortalities, and Namibia's presence at the Africa's Travel Indaba. Now, under destinations, we visit the African Vineyard Guest House and Wellness Spa near Upington, and we also have a look at Eden Chalets outside of Windhoek. And to the point, we learn more about the latest developments within the hiking season and at NWR, and about the latest Tourismus Namibia hunting edition that was distributed at Nampo. I will be right back after this. Starting us off in our topics, environmentalists, tourism operators, and local observers have raised concerns that mining activity is increasingly disrupting tranquility in parts of Namibia's most iconic protected areas. Against this backdrop, the revised national policy on prospecting and mining in protected areas and other areas with high-value species was brought to public consultation in Swakopmund this week. Despite the far-reaching implications of the document, the meeting drew little public attention, with some describing it as having taken place under the radar. Among the most significant elements of the revised policy is the full exclusion of Cape Cross Nature Reserve, Namib Noklaft National Park, Dorado National Park, and Skeleton Coast National Park from new mining activity. These areas, all situated in the Erongo and Kunene regions, were highlighted for their ecological, tourism, and heritage importance. Getting into our next topic, giraffe mortalities. Now, concern has been expressed about the unusually high number of unexplained giraffe mortalities that have recently been reported and could have a very negative impact on the wildlife in Namibia. Now, most giraffes were found dead without any prior clinical symptoms. One report describes 3 to 4 giraffes exhibiting signs of depression, lethargy, drooling, and standing in bushes. At this stage, the cause of these mortalities is unknown. Given the symptoms described, one possible cause of death could be rabies. Wildevets Namibia said that they currently do not know what the cause of these mortalities is. They said that they urgently need more information from game farmers regarding the extent of giraffe mortalities, both in numbers and locations, feedback regarding symptoms observed, and ideally we would like to do post-mortems on such giraffes to try and find the cause. The Namibia Tourism Board, NTB, participated in Africa's Travel Indaba 2025, which took place this week in Durban, South Africa. As Africa's premier leisure trade show owned by South African Tourism, the Indaba provides a vital platform for showcasing African tourism products to international and local buyers, destination marketers, and leisure service providers. This year, Namibia showcased in collaboration with 37 esteemed co-sharers, including the Tourism Ministry. Over 1,300 exhibitors from 27 African nations engaged with more than 1,200 vetted international buyers from 55 source markets. Now that brings us to the end of our topics. On the other side of the break, we do take a look at the destinations that you must visit. Starting us off in our destinations, we are at the African Vineyard. Escape to the African Vineyard Guest House and Wellness Spa and experience luxury accommodation on the Cannon Land between Upington and Keamos in South Africa. Let's find out more. Have a look.
Good day, I'm Elmarie from African Vineyard, and we're actually on an island in the Orange River, Cannon Island, and this is the biggest inhabited island in South Africa. We started our guest house, which is now a boutique hotel, in 2013 with 2 rooms, and we decided on the name African Vineyard because we are in Africa, and then we decided that the names must support, obviously, the name of the establishment. So our names are named after either a specific grape or a wine, like Ruby Cabernet, Sultana, Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, etc. And if you look at the rooms, the decor style will sort of support the type of wine and the grape. So we started with 2 rooms in 2013, and then we add, so we have 14 rooms at the moment, ranging from luxury suites, that honeymoon suites for the romantic people, and also luxury rooms, standard rooms, and I'm a total romantic, so I love spa experiences. So we have a spa, and we're busy renovating and upgrading, adding more facilities. And also for the romantic people, anniversary dates and couples treatments. What we can add as well is to have a lovely food and wine pairing. We have our art gallery. So about 6 years ago, I realized that there's actually not an art gallery in Upington and in the area, and we have many talented artists. So we started with a local art exhibition with beautiful paintings, and later on we also added music. So we call it arts and music, with lots of really wonderful artists that actually performed for the last couple of years here. And to me, one of the highlights always is to have Nathaniel at our premises, and he's also going to perform this year for the 3rd time at the end of October. We love to support our local people and giving or providing employment opportunities. So we've trained the local people to work in the guest house, and we could see the development. They're really making a big difference to us and to themselves. So that's something that is close to my heart, to see the people grow in the guest house. It's wonderful for us to provide slow food. In Afrikaans, we call it hartskos. So we have wonderful support staff in the kitchen with the chef Jaco, and we really provide food that people love, that is not just a quick bite. So everybody is welcome to come and eat dinner, lunch, and breakfast with us. They just have to pre-book. So if you look at the gardens, we have a very rich bird life, and you can do lots of bird watching. And also highlight is our conferences and weddings, where we have the service down at the little stream, the canapes in the wonderful gardens, and then obviously the reception in the hall. So for our rooms, we have 4 rooms, and you will see that they are each different. It's something of our own style, the emotion that we want to create. We really want people to experience the love and passion that we have for African Vineyard, and it's sharing our personal space, and without being intrusive into your personal space, and that you can feel the homely environment and the love that we have for this area. To us, the Northern Cape is something that you have to experience. You can't market it if you haven't been here. It's the emotion, and I always say it's the nothingness of nothing. And my motto is, you have to disconnect to be able to reconnect with yourself. And I think African Vineyard is the private perfect place for that.
All right, getting into our next destination, we are at the Eden Chalet. We visit Eden Chalets near Kaps Farm rather, between Hosea Kutako International and Windhoek, which is the ideal resting place for the weary traveler. Unwind with the spa services or take a dip in the outdoor pool while staying connected with free in-room Wi-Fi. Let's have a look.
And as we promised, we are here to talk about Eden Chalet, and I am here with one of the managers. I will let him introduce himself. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Can you please just tell us who you are and your role at Eden Chalet?
My name is Dirk. I'm the lodge manager here at Eden. I've been here now for close to about 4 years now.
Okay.
So yeah.
But you obviously have a little bit background about when Eden Chalet started, how it started, and you know, it's such a beautiful set. For a woman to enter Eden Chalet and not think of a wedding venue will not sit right with me. So please just do give us a little background about Eden Chalet.
Yeah, the owner, Mr. Ronnie Adams, he bought Adams Eden, which is the farm at the background.
Yeah, I saw.
He bought that in 1987, and he started off, and he's a big animal lover.
Yeah.
So he bought the extra land, started with his game farm, and he started importing alpacas and the Amazon birds, and it grew and grew. And eventually, it was suggested to him, why don't you open up a lodge, because you've got a beautiful space and the animals. And yeah, he opened up Eden about 14, 15 years ago. And Eden has just been, for the last couple of years, growing, and we've been, for the last 4 years, every year, we've been building and expanding.
Because you can see once you enter that there are beautiful, beautiful chalets, and every chalet has a name. Can you maybe say perhaps why he named each chalet a different name?
Yeah, he started off with because like I mentioned, he's a big animal lover.
Okay.
So all the original chalets, you'll notice they've got names like the Impala, Zebra, Lechwe,
So it's the names, it's the animals that he bought or that are also here.
Yes, you will find them on the back on the game farm.
Okay, what activities can be held here at Eden Chalet?
Well, we can do kiddies' birthday parties, grown-ups' birthday parties, wedding showers, bridal showers, weddings up to a size of 250 people. We can do conferences, small ones, big ones.
So
basically nothing that we can't do.
Yeah, so I was right when I say that you can't just not enter Eden Chalet and not think about a wedding, because I saw a chapel somewhere and it's just a very beautiful scene. Can you perhaps tell us how many rooms are there and the difference between the rooms?
We've got now, at the moment, we've got 9 self-catering chalets, which varies from 2 people, which is the smallest one, which is Sunnyside, and the honeymoon suite, 2 people. And the largest one is the old farmhouse, which is a 3-bedroom self-catering chalet, which can sleep 7 people.
Yeah.
So the self-catering chalets, and then we've got 6 overnight rooms. 3 of them are the budget ones, and then 3 executive ones. So in total, we can sleep 45 people.
Okay. What is the one thing that really stands out as Eden Chalet, or that makes Eden Chalet unique from all the other chalets? Besides the wedding, because I am very, I get excited for the wedding part or to have your wedding here, but besides that?
I would say the thing that makes Eden stand out is, first of all, our relaxed atmosphere. We treat everyone as special, everyone is family. The owner is still actively involved. Although he's 75 years old, but he's still actively involved on the lodge, on maintenance and running the show. So it's it feels like, although we are not real family.
You are. It welcomes you, the atmosphere. Yeah, because that's what I also told my colleagues when we entered. It was the smiles from the workers, and the atmosphere calms you immediately once you enter. So before we do get carried away, and before I ask a lot of questions about wedding venue and about Eden Chalet, we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
All right, those are your destinations. Do let us know if you're planning to travel to any of the destinations we have recommended in today's broadcast, or the ones that we have recommended in our earlier broadcast. And if you have visited any of them, do let us know how your experience was. And of course, you can do these under the comment sections in our social media pages. On the other side of the break, we do take a look at our To The Point segment. Stick around. Namibia Wildlife Resort spokesperson Nelson Ashipala tells us more about the latest developments with regards to the hiking season and new developments at the company. Have a look.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. NWR, a lot has been happening, a lot of activities. Number one, to start off with the starting of the hiking season, it started off quite positively. Now, we had concerns at first. When one remembers, the year before we were using water marshals to basically provide water into the Fish River Canyon. This is because we were of the opinion that there wasn't enough drinking water. Now, major concerns were also starting to creep up in the essence that we were starting to say if the drought condition continues, in fact, we were going to cancel this hike. And lo and behold, we saw the heaven skies opened, the dams were being opened, and the sluices were being opened. So much water flew into the Fish River Canyon that, in fact, we got concerned again whether the hiking season should continue because the water levels were too high. Now, as this continued or as this emerged, we sat down as a committee after assessments and we said, okay, let's postpone the hiking season for 2 more weeks, at least until the water subsides. Now, concerns were obviously coming from those who are avid hikers who came back to us and they said, look, we have done the Fish River already before. Water levels should not be a concern. Let us go ahead. And we again sat down as a committee and we took a decision to say, okay, let us reintroduce the Fish River hiking season, but then obviously this time with clients' knowledge that perhaps before you do the hike, do it with somebody who's experienced, do it with somebody who has done it before. The first group went in, they gave us feedback. They said water at certain levels is up to knee lengths. So they were quite happy with the fact that we went on with a decision. Now, as we're talking, groups are obviously starting to summit the Fish River Canyon or to go down into the Fish River Canyon. So it's quite exciting. I personally will also be visiting the Fish River as from tomorrow, the 14th of May, just to see what is happening, what the feedback is from those who are visiting the area. But we are happy that the Fish River season or the hiking season actually went ahead. We're happy with the decision. We're happy with the feedback which we're getting. I think for many, they saw it as exciting because without water marshals, it now means that people have to come up with tricks and treats on how to treat their own drinking water. And for many hikers, that is part of the adventure. So we are quite excited about that when it comes to the Fish River Canyon. Now, NWR also introduced a certain aspect of its NAM Leisure card, which is camping. Now, for one, the NAM Leisure card allows for Namibians, those in the SADC, international clients who travel at a discount. One might remember the NAM Leisure card gives you 50% discount on accommodation. It gives you 35% on meals and activities. So what we have done with the camping aspect is that it's another 4 that gives discount on campsites already. So we are talking about 40% for Namibians, similarly also 30% for those in the SADC and 10% for international clients. Now, this aspect was brought in again because there was that market that was asking us to say, look, but we also want to be paying, camping is for as much as you want, would assume it's affordable. At least also start to give us discounts. And we went back and we said, okay, let's start to give discounts on the NAM Leisure card as well. So it's something also which has been received very, very much positively. We are hoping that that Namibians also take up the opportunity now with this set discounts. For those who like to sleep under the stars, I for one, I prefer having to sleep under the stars, having to sleep in a tent, having to sleep outside. It's part of the adventures as compared to your conventional accommodation in your rooms and so forth. So quite key, we're happy to announce that we have also launched this program of discounts on the NAM Leisure cards. So those are some of the developments which have been happening at the NWR. Again, we have also gone on to the aspect of obviously, as it was announced, the managing director, Dr. Matthias Bongama, is now with us. So we've brought in Epson Kasuto. Obviously, with new leadership comes new ideas. We are also happy to announce that we are slowly but gradually trying to bring our facilities up to a standard where our clients will obviously look forward to visiting our lodges. We have heard your complaints. We have heard the complaints of those that go to Grossbarman, for example, the health facilities, health spa not being fully utilized. So we are trying to bring this back into the fore. So this is some of the facilities which we are looking at improving on. Thank you.
The Network Media Hub team that attended this week, Nampo, just outside of Botterville in South Africa, tells us more about the latest Tourismus Namibia Hunting Edition, which they distributed at the agricultural exhibition and upcoming editions. Let's take a look.
Good morning, everybody. We are here at Nampo with Synergy, Agri-Monitor and Enjoy, and we brought our latest Tourismus edition along with us. So we are going to be putting these at different spots at Nampo. Please do keep a lookout for them and have a look at your latest Tourismus magazine for this month.
Morning guys, Johan Geldnes here. As Carly mentioned, we're distributing our current Tourismus magazine, which is highly focused on hunting and safaris. So for those of you who are not present at Nampo 2025, please make a turn here. There's a big variety of hunting equipment, safari lodges, etc., with the latest technologies and cameras and scopes. Whatever you might need, you'll definitely find it at Nampo. And also, please keep a lookout for our next upcoming edition, which is focused on 10 degrees south, more cross-border than Namibia itself, but that would be launched in September 2025.
In our latest Tourismus magazine, the hunting edition, if you open it to the middle spread, you will see a lovely Enjoy map with where we are located in Namibia. And we've already branched out to South Africa, so please do keep a lookout on enjoy.my.na to see which clients we have in South Africa as well. We're in the Northern Cape, in the Western Cape, and soon we'll be in the Free State and the Northwest as well. Please keep an eye out for those. In March of this year, we also launched our new Enjoy membership program. So that is a $300 or 300 Rand membership subscription fee. Then your membership is valid for 5 years. With a membership, you are able to buy one of 3 different vouchers. They're always available to our members at 50% discount online. But if you attend an Enjoy event, those are available to you at 75% discount. So keep an eye out. At the end of this month, we will be at the Cape Winelands Expo in Worcester in South Africa. So for those of you that are in the area, please do pop around and come get your vouchers at 75% discount. You can travel all throughout South Africa and Namibia with Enjoy.
So guys, regarding our Tourismus editions, we currently have 4 publications per annum, of which this is the 2nd edition. The first one is more focused on exhibition. This one is more the hunting edition. In September, we'll be launching the 10 degrees south, which is more cross-border. And then obviously in November, we got the holiday edition. So, I mean, that covers all throughout Namibia, including the western coast of Namibia. So if you guys want to find out more about our Tourismus editions, which is the most popular Tourismus magazine in Namibia, please get into contact with us. Follow us on Facebook. And yeah, all our contact details will be in there. If your company would love to feature, please give us a call, pop us an email, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible.
All right, that brings us to the end of the broadcast. As much as I hate to say goodbye, I must say goodbye. From me, Glenora Shipura. Until next time.